There we go. Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up for y'all watching this on the YouTube replay? I really appreciate y'all being here. We got a lot to look at. We're going to be doing a quick portfolio update. Then we're going to look into Elon's politics are really hurting Tesla right now. Tesla's down 15% on the day. I mean, that's a huge drop. So let me give a quick portfolio update here. We'll start with the Webull account. Why not? This is our risk on portfolio. We're down 0.7% on the day. We're up 3% all time. So really not too great. We got a lot of winners and losers in here like UiPath, Zoom, Enphase. These have not been doing too good. And then we also have our dividend portfolio. So this account right here, every stock in here pays a dividend. All these are like dividend growth companies like Google and Meta. They're really dividend growth companies, but yeah, we're down 0.69% on the day. Then we also have our small Roth IRA. Hey, our Roth IRA is green on the day. We're up 0.31%, not too shabby. And then we have our buy and hold portfolio. So this is our Mumu account right here. Our Mumu account, once I buy a stock in here, I try and never sell it. I'm pretty sure I'm at an all-time high today. If I do a quick, yeah, dang, look at that. We're up 17% year to date in this account. We have a lot of winners in here and some losers. We actually bought another share of Coca-Cola Consolidated today. This is the bottling company. I bought another share down here at $105 a share. Yo, what's up? It's Will. How's it going? What's up with the red today? Yo, there's just a lot going on. What's up, man? What's up, Luke? Should I get some CEG or what? Hey, Constellation Energy, this one, it's a little tough to buy this one right here, but at this valuation. But right now, Constellation Energy, they own 50% of the U.S. nuclear energy reactors. So this is the largest nuclear energy play out of any stock that exists. Any publicly traded stock, I mean. So I really like that one. And they're about to have this Calpine merger, instantly accretive $2 to EPS. I really like them. Yeah, we're down 0.65% here. Should I sell Tesla? What's up, Josh? Yo, I don't know. It's tough to sell Tesla after the huge dip, but Elon's politics are really hurting Tesla, and there's going to be a class action lawsuit. Like Elon Musk right now is not doing what's best and what's most responsible for their shareholders. Like, check this out. Let me get water. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay, sorry. We're back. Do my All right, so let's see. What's up, guys? What's up, Zero T? What's going on with Tesla? Yeah, dude. Elon tweeted, and I don't know if I should pull up the tweet, and I don't even think I'm even allowed to say this, but Elon tweeted that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein list. He just tweeted that, and he says, "Have a great day, Donald J. Trump." Like it was not a good look for Tesla for Elon to tweet that. And there was some other stuff too. Tesla's been heavily criticizing. Is this the real account? Yes, sir, Eric. This is my only uh account. Yo, what's up, Trav King? We'll look at CoreWeave as well. Yeah, so yeah, if you look, Tesla's down 13% on the day. They were doing worse. Tesla was down 17% on the day earlier. So Tesla is slightly recovering a little bit, but oh, there we go. I had to reconnect my phone there. We're back. I forgot I ran out of the room with my phone to get water. So anyway, let's look at some stocks here. Yeah, so just signed a deal with Meta. Yeah, dude, the Meta deal. You're right. Constellation Energy just went to a nuclear energy deal with Meta, and hey, I own both stocks as well. I own Meta as well. Meta's been a great performer. Yeah, here's my total percent change on every stock. By the way, we are up on every stock in here. What's our year to date performance? So we're not great. We're up 1.5% year to date, but we were down. Look at this. At one point, we were down 13-15%, in our Roth IRA, which is pretty much in line with the S&P 500. The S&P, yeah, we're doing a little better than the S&P 500, so that's good news. So let's go look at CoreWeave right here. So CoreWeave, this is a stock owned by NVIDIA. So if we go to NVIDIA's portfolio right here, NVIDIA's largest holding is in CoreWeave. So I think NVIDIA owns like 18% of the company, or no, 8% of the company. So NVIDIA owns 8% of this stock right here. They just had a partnership with APLD. There's not too much history behind the revenue, but look at the growth there. 2024 Q1, 180 million. 2025 Q1, 980 million. So they 4x the sales. I mean, that's really impressive. So I'm curious. The valuation, it looks a little high on them right now, but congrats if you own CoreWeave, or well, I guess they're down on the day. Andy, what's up, dude? He says, when did you buy into RX and what's your thoughts? I do not own any RX. I think that was just on my watch list. So the thing with RXRX is, let me go back to where is I think Nvidia also owns RXRX, which isn't a company I like. So yeah, if we go back to Nvidia's portfolio right here, 1% of Nvidia's portfolio is in RXRX, and I actually don't like this stock right here. Here's why. I think that, like, look, the stock's at all-time lows. Why is that? Well, just check this out right here. Here's the bad news. If we look at the net income, I mean, they're burning money hand over fist. I mean, they lost 200 million the most recent quarter, and that just isn't sustainable. And the revenue is only 14 million. So imagine that. They do 14 million of revenue and they lost 200 million. So I think that's why the stock's at all-time lows. Yeah, they're only worth 1.84 billion. So they lost 12% of the company just in the most recent quarter in net income. So yeah, I probably would stay away from that one. September said I hate myself for not buying CoreWeave. Hey, I'm not mad for not buying CoreWeave. I'm just gonna happily sit that one out. I think they'll come lower. Yo, what up, William? Look what going on is bad now. Yeah, dude, if we go to the market right here, it's mainly just the market's going red. Hey, actually, look at that. I didn't realize that. We've had a sharp little recovery. We were just down like 0.8%, and now we're only down 0.27. So we've had actually a nice little recovery there. Tesla's down 15% on Elon's politics and his tweets talking about Trump on the on the Epstein list. Oh, yo, hold on. Let's keep going here. Looking at more stocks. I don't want to get too distracted. Oh yeah, we can look at United Health later. So someone said ANET. This is Arista Networks. I really like this stock actually. Great software name. And check out the growth here. I mean, this is what's impressive. So yeah, here's their product revenue. The product revenue is up 27%. So product revenue is at a record. Great growth. And the service business as well is up 29% year over year. So both of their businesses are growing growing very nicely. Let's check out the net income down here. So oops. Yeah, so they're doing, wow, 800 million of net income a quarter basically, and it's expected to just keep on growing as well. So, yeah. What about free cash flow? Yes, free cash flow is even better. They're doing like 1 billion a quarter. Can you look at IPA? What is IPA? So immunoprecise antibodies. So this thing looks really risky. Yeah, the whole company's worth $33 million. So this is an extremely small company, very risky. They're a Canadian company as well. So the whole company's worth 33 million and they lost 16 million just in the most recent quarter. So I can see why this stock, yeah, is not doing too good. Yeah, this is just such a risky one. Um, could be a fun little swing trade, but I don't know if that's a great long-term hold there. What's up, Nathan? I like Vici and Mo. Yo, this is Vici Properties right here. They do triple net leases if you're looking for a real estate stock. This is a great one. They own a lot of properties on the strip. And check this out right here. You get, and it's sustainable, a 5.44% dividend with this company. The payout ratio is only a 66%. That's because they're a real estate investment trust. They're taxed a little differently. But yeah, they own a lot of triple net leases on properties in Las Vegas. Great yield on that one too. Don't forget about United Health. So yeah, the thing with United Health is this is why the stock has gone down so much. Obviously, they're being investigated right now by the government for fraud. And if they get accused of it, it does. There we go. So if they get accused of fraud, they're going to be kicked out of Medicare for 5 years, and Medicare revenue is half their business. So basically, half the revenue is going to go away, and that's why I think they have seen such a dramatic fall. I mean, literally going from 600 to under 300 right now. It's because they did just raise their dividend by 5% though, like 2 days ago, and that shows confidence that the PE is so low on this company. We're also a customer. We use OptumRx, and look at this OptumRx growth. I mean, UnitedHealth Group has really seen some nice growth, but the future is so uncertain with this company. That's why the stock has fallen. I think it's probably a good risk to reward here, IMO. 2.9% yield on them. Nice. Let's see. Hello, fellow Nathan. Payment versus 4. Which one are you picking? I'm not sure what that first one is. Let's look at 4 right here. So Shift 4 Payments. This is probably maybe like a PayPal competitor. Let's see. So they're an $8.3 billion company. Let's see. Are they making money? So yeah, they're a net income positive company, making net income every quarter. The net income did just fall 30%. Maybe it was some kind of one-time adjustment, but hey, they don't pay a dividend. I like that they're making net income every quarter though. Do Wolf Speed. Yo, or actually, I saw this one first. P said, SoFi Technologies. Yeah, here's some of our big losers right here, but we do have some winners. Like SoFi Technologies, we're up. I should have bought more. But with some of these risky companies. Jeez, I need water. I have water right here. It's sparkling water. I forgot. Mm. So sorry. Thank you all for being here. Um, so here's SoFi Technologies. This is a SoFi is it's another fintech, and I love fintechs right here. And SoFi is one of my favorites because they are growing like a monster. Check this out. So SoFi mainly does lending, but then they also have their financial services business. And check out the growth here. This is what I look for in a company. It's literally up 101% from the previous year. I mean, the business has doubled. That's really incredible growth. Some of the lending business, it's also at a new all-time high, up 25% from the previous year. And also, people are starting to take SoFi more serious. They're making net income every quarter now. They're profitable. Just last year they were losing money every quarter. So, mm. How's it going, Glenn? He said, look at gold or new gold. It's ticker symbol NGD. So, yeah, a lot of the gold stocks are at all time highs. Yeah, wow. Look at the appreciation that gold is. Or basically, this is a gold mining company, gold holding. Gold's at all time highs, so it's just following that. So, or yeah, these are their mines right here. New Afton. Wow, look at that growth. Rainy River. Interesting. So yeah, y- this one just follows the price of gold. If we look at gold, ticker symbol IAU, it just looks just like that. Gold is at all time highs. So hey, if you got any gold chains, gold jewelry, maybe go hit up the pawn shop. Gold's at all time highs. Um, Okay, so someone said MO Altria Group. So this is a great dividend company. The stock isn't at all-time highs, but still, this one, if you're looking for a high-yielding dividend stock with a sustainable yield, this is one you might like. They have a 6.81% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only a 60%. So very fair payout ratio. I mean, yeah, if we go to the net income down here, they're making 1 to 2 billion a quarter. They had a one-time adjustment, making their net income only a billion. It was actually closer to 2 billion. So anyway, dividends safe. Why bullish on SoFi? It's flat. I'm bullish on SoFi because the fundamentals are great. Yo, free me. What's up, K dude? How's it going, dude? Um, let's see. Yo, Ryan, what's up, dude? I'm gonna sell all my family's gold jewelry and put it into MULN. MULN is kind of like a joke around here. They're down 59% on the day. Okay, so yeah, this company, if you don't know, is it's already bankrupt. If you look in the top right, this is like like if you ever see a stock like this and you're like, how do I know if I should buy it or just stay away? Well, here's what you do. You look in the top right, you look at the market cap. You see Mullen, the whole company is worth 6.5 million. So the whole company is worth 6.5 million dollars. And if we go to the net income, just at the most recent quarter, they lost 53 million. So let's say, hey, I'll buy the whole company for 6 million. You could do that. Well, you're buying a company that literally loses, wow, $300 million plus in net income a year. So it doesn't seem like such a great investment. Yeah, Mighty, this is Mumu. Uh, yes, sir. Someone said check CP. What's this one's Canadian Pacific Railway. So yeah, they own a lot of railroad, or it's a pure railroad play, and you can't have any new railroads pretty much. So yeah, they're a Canadian company. We'll switch the revenue to US dollars. Let's look at, they're just very safe. Like the railroads aren't going anywhere. The railroads benefit from supply chain issues. Like look at that. They're making easy two or more than that, 2 billion plus in net income a year. So I do like this one. I know they do a lot of stock buybacks. I know Bill Ackman loves Canadian Pacific. So yeah, they should just return like 8% a year. So what do you stream on? Hey, Steven, I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok right now. Yeah, if you want to help me out, please go watch the stream from YouTube. I'm scared my TikTok account's going to get taken down again. So if you want to help me out, please just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Robert. It's also in the link tree in my bio, very first link there. Hey, and someone said, what'd you buy? I bought this. This is the only thing I bought today. I bought one share of COKE, Coca-Cola Consolidated today. Yeah, Ryan, look at that. It hit our 105 mark today. So I bought at 105. I have people DMing me to buy MSTY. Um, yeah, MSTY, dang. That's a covered call ETF. Uh, let's see. Yo, what up, Cruz? He said, I really need IONQ to do good. Yeah, sorry if I don't get to all the stocks here. I really want to get to all of them. I do apologize. I'm reading the YouTube chat first. I am reading the TikTok chat, though. Yeah, hey, Dot, if you want to get this app, it's actually a brokerage. So you go to the link tree in my bio. It's the third link there if you want to get it. Anyway, here's IONQ. This is like a, I think quantum computing play. I don't remember, but Ooh, so that might be why the stock is kind of struggling. The revenue fell. They used to have this incredible growth. Last quarter the revenue doubled, but now the revenue's flat from the same quarter last year. That isn't great. Like they don't have much sales. Like look at that. Sales are 7 million and they're losing 30 million. They have a great balance sheet though. They've been issuing shares. Yeah, they've deleveraged. That's great news. Great balance sheet. So they're definitely not going bankrupt, but we want to see the growth come back to their sales. Um, can you tell us your thoughts on tax efficiency? Dividend stocks and taxable account. Oh yeah, so if you buy qualified dividend stocks, and every stock in here pays a qualified dividend, for me in my tax bracket, since I make under 55,000, I pay 0% tax on all these dividends. I own a lot of higher growth names, so my dividends aren't too high right now. Like, look, when I get this $5.82, it'll actually be tax free, even though it's in my taxable account. And then if I go to my Roth IRA, which is a pure tax free account, or yeah, I buy REITs in here, real estate investment trust like BRX, which if I bought them, I would have to pay tax on them in my taxable account. There's so much to say. I can't fit it all so quickly, so I do appreciate y'all. Yo, Fabin, what opinion on battery X metals? Is that an ETF right there? I know the price of lithium hasn't been doing too good. Um, you know, I think there's an ETF for that. If you know one, let me know. Did CEG shoot up to 350? Yeah, dude, CEG pranked us. If we look at this stock right here, this is the largest nuclear energy stock, by the way. They rallied up to actually we can't look at this. They rallied up to on the Meta deal. They went into a data center nuclear energy deal with Meta. Stock went to 360 and now it fell. So, um, I do like CEG right here. I do think it could probably go a little lower to buy. Mhm. Someone said RIP to Tesla. Yeah, dude. Tesla shareholders are not too happy with Elon. Elon did not do the responsible thing for the shareholders. And I feel like there's going to be a class action lawsuit. Um, but yeah, Elon. Oh yeah, what's up? Jared said check Elf. Yeah, let's check out Elf Beauty. And yeah, I don't know any battery or metal stocks really. I don't own any of those. Um, hmm. I want to help you out there though. So here's Elf Beauty. Yeah, they just reported earnings. They finally are improving their margins. Look at that huge V-shaped recovery, kind of. So Elf Beauty is really taking market share. I mean, look at the growth of their annual revenue. I mean, 2022, or this is fiscal year, but it was 400 million. Now it's 1.3 billion. I mean, that's incredible growth. But the reason the stock wasn't doing too good is because their margins were really hurting. See, the revenue is growing every quarter, but the net income was going down. But the net margins are coming back now. The margins in 8.5%. That's actually pretty good. So I think that's why the stock rallied up so much. They beat on margins. Um, what is Xiaomi? What's the ticker symbol for that stock right there? Elon needs to step down as CEO. Yeah, dude, if Elon Musk step down as CEO right now, though, his ego, it wouldn't look too good for his ego. So I feel like it would show weakness if Elon Musk probably stepped down right now. So I he might that does seem like the right thing. Like when the micro Bill Gates stepped down as CEO, the new successor CEO did great for the company. Let's keep going here. Target, is this a recording? No, this is live. Yo, Joe Burton, this is live. What's up, dude? I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok right now. The market just closed. It's 4:02 p.m. Market closed 2 minutes ago. But here's Target right here. This is a more consumer discretionary grocery store than like a Walmart, but this one has a nice yield, a 5% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only at 50%. So, in my opinion, Target has a fair and sustainable 5% dividend yield. But also, Target got into politics. Yeah, here's how diversified they are. Food and beverage, household essentials. See, this is the part that's showing weakness: apparel, home furnishing, beauty's been doing decent. So, anyway, yeah, I think their dividend's pretty safe. Um, let's see. What up, Sermon? Good to see you, homie. He said, in okay. So Nokia, yo, Nokia, the phone company, they were huge back in 2000, obviously. They were, $40 stock. But hey, actually, look at that. If you bought them over the past year, you're probably up a good chunk. They're at a new 52-week high today. Let's see what they do. So mobile networks, network infrastructure, cloud and network. How's their cloud and network? Network infrastructure, it's not growing too much, but and the net income's a little choppy down here. Like sometimes they make it. If you average out the 4 quarters, they are making like 200 mil a quarter. Um, yeah, I don't know. Nothing's really blowing me away there. Did they pay a dividend? Hey, a 2.6% yield. But yeah, I don't really expect that probably to outperform in the long run. What did Elon do? So I don't really know if I can say this. Please don't ban me. But Elon tweeted after criticizing the Trump's big beautiful bill. Elon said the real reason the Jeffrey Ep guy, uh, Trump said Elon said Trump's name was in those files, and he said, "Have a great day, Trump." And like he was being really not too friendly. Anyway, I don't want to get into politics too much. Can you look into 3CP? What's 3CP? What's that stock? Maybe I'll type it in 3CP. Can't find that one. HIFS. Is this Huntington? Or no, this isn't. So this is Hingfam Institution for Savings. So let's go check them out. Very small company. They're only a $400 million company. So that is a really small market cap. But great news. They're making net income every quarter. Yeah, it's probably like a small bank. Yeah, they're making net income every quarter. So that's the good news. They do have a dividend, a 1% yield, safe 20% payout ratios. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. They just haven't been performing too well, though. Hey, thanks so much, Samir. Thanks so much for the compliment. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, hey, I didn't want to say the name because I might get in trouble. Thoughts on Amicus, ticker symbol fold. So let's check it out right here. $1.8 billion company. Look at that. So the stock is at the same price it was back in 2014. Yikes, this stock has done terrible. Let's see if we can figure out why. So they own Galafold, huh? And so it looks like they own a bunch of prescriptions or something. So, yeah, the revenue is pretty solid. 130 million plus a quarter. The net income's a little choppy. They're losing money, but it's trending better. There must be some like weird news that like the FDA doesn't allow them to sell a product anymore. There must be some weird news because I don't know why the stock would be doing so bad when the growth actually looked pretty solid there on like a Galafold or whatever. I mean, it was only up 5% year over year. But if we look at this other one, Billy, whatever, is up 90%. Anyway, I don't know about that one. I'd be careful. Maybe the risk reward looks good. I don't know why they're falling so much. Yo, Samuel, what's up? NCLH. What's this one? NCLH. Do I need to be 18 years old? You do to open up a brokerage. You can get a custodial IRA though. I invested the day I turned 18. I just saved up all my money. So here's Norwegian Cruise Line. Okay, so the cruise lines aren't great. The cruise lines don't really outperform the market in the long run. We go into recession, these get smoked. But let's go check out the fundamentals here. So it is getting better. Look at that. Actually, wow, they just printed net income the past year. They did lose net income in the most recent. Oh, I just spilled so much sparkling water everywhere. Oh no. Oh no. Oh jeez. Don't worry, I got a towel. All right. Let's keep going here. Um. All right. So yeah, I just don't expect the cruise lines or the airlines to really outperform the market in the long run. Just in my opinion. What do you think of Siemens Energy? What's the ticker symbol for that one? I'll check it out. MAA and AMH look very interesting. So that, yeah, this is Mid American Apartment Complex. So this is a pure, this is a REIT right here, a real estate investment trust. So this company just owns a bunch of apartment buildings, and there's one kind of close to my house. It's a really nice place. And look at that, you get a 4% yield with this company. It's actually sustainable because they're a REIT, a real estate investment trust. But yeah, and they're not as leveraged as your typical REIT. Like they're less leveraged than like a realty income. Yeah, I do like that one as a real estate play. Did you see the Circle IPO? Hey, did they IPO already? How about AAVE, please? AAVE, is this a crypto right here? So yeah, I think this is a crypto. I wish I could give you more thoughts on them because there's no earnings report for me to look at, no margins or anything. So, yeah. Let's see. Main X dividend tomorrow. What's your payment looking like? Oh yeah, so hey, here's a really cool company. So this is Main Street Capital. This is a monthly paying dividend stock. I do own some of the higher yielding names, and this is one of my more favorite ones. I got 10 shares of Main Street Capital. I'll get $2.50, or I get $2.50 every month from that company, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's check out how the market closed. Let's see. So, we are down 0.93% on the day. Not great. Looks like Constellation Energy fell in the close. Same with Google. Dang, Google was doing great all day. They were up 1.3%. Then they kind of lost it all at the End of the day there. Yeah, I mean, dang, Tesla, yeah, down 15. Let me go check out our other portfolio. So this account, we were down zero point 0.5, not too crazy, down zero point 0.5. Oh no, DocuSign. Yeah, DocuSign. Ooh, yo, DocuSign. I forgot reports earnings, and look, DocuSign is down 13%. I was wondering why this portfolio looks so red. Hold on a second. We got to go look at DocuSign because I own that one. It says they're down 12% right now. Hey, drop a like on the stream for me. This ain't too good. So, I'll look into the earnings later. Come on, Webull. I want to see the 1 minute chart. It's not gonna work because I tabbed out. Okay, so yeah, ooh, look at that, yeah. So DocuSign fell from 94 and it's at $80 right now. Luckily, we're up a huge chunk on them still. Yeah, we're still up 88% on DocuSign, but yeah, we just lost $138. Anyway, let's keep going here. Have a good one. Hey, see ya, Michael Smith. Have a great day. Thanks for being here. I'm betting it all on Google. Yeah, dude, Google's a great one to just buy and hold for the long run. I mean, I trust them. So, ooh, someone said TTWO. This is Take Two Interactive. This is the company that owns GTA 5, GTA 6. So they're a video game company. And look at that. They're at an all-time high right now. And that's in the anticipation release of GTA 6. You know, as soon as they release that game, it's instantly going to bring them like billions that quarter. As soon as they release it, billions of dollars. So they have this product that's so highly anticipated that'll bring them in billions. So a lot of future growth there. Um, they also own like Red Dead Redemption, some other games as well. Yo, Yato said NBIS. So this is a company owned by Nvidia. Hey, what's up, Catherine? Wow, look at that. They're up 17% on the day. I wonder if there was any specific news here following a 1 billion AI funding round. So, CoreWeave and Nebius partnership. Okay, so CoreWeave partnership seems so here's what they own. So Nebius, Triple Ten. I don't know what all these are, but anyway, that seems like great news for the company. Yeah, look at that revenue growth. That's really impressive. You know, it's now 55 million. So these are all companies owned by Nvidia. If we go back to Nvidia's portfolio right here, Nvidia owns CoreWeave, APLD, and Nebius. And you know, shocker, CoreWeave and Nebius go into a partnership after they're both owned by Nvidia. And also APLD right here. APLD is also owned by Nvidia. I just saw someone say that stock. So here's what I really like about APLD. They also just partnered with CoreWeave. It's this cloud service business right here. It's up 219% from the previous quarter, same time last year. So incredible growth on APLD. They're still not making any net income right now, but they're in pure growth mode. I like APLD. All right. Hey, did you take a thinking to making a Discord something? Oh, hey, it's Will. I do have a Discord. Um, I gotta get it set up. I think it's in the link in the description. It's in like beta phase right now. There's like 3 people in it. So anyway, I want to make sure there's no scammers or anything in it. So I'm really trying to fix it. Anyway, let's keep going here. Someone said Visa stock. So if we go back to like Buffett's portfolio, I think Warren Buffett bought some Visa. Maybe no, he bought Mastercard. I think it was Nancy Pelosi that bought Visa. So here's Nancy Pelosi's portfolio. Yeah, 2.6% of Nancy Pelosi's portfolio is in Visa. You know, this is the payment processor. You know, those small credit card transaction fees that are slowly bankrupting us are making Visa a lot of money. If you go to the net income right here, I mean, it's great. They're making pretty much 5 billion of net income every quarter. They have a small growing dividend, which is great. So Visa, I like them as a fintech. They're not really going anywhere. Like slow grower. Uh, Nvidia or Palantir? Yeah, let's look at Palantir. So Palantir, this is a high growth company. You know, they're AI, they're government, they're software, they're everything investors want. But the valuation's super crazy right now. Like if we look at the PE, it's a 521. So Palantir trades at 500 times their annual current net income. So obviously high valuation, but here's why they might deserve it. Look at this government revenue right here. You know, this is incredible growth. The government revenue is up 45%. You know, a lot of police stations use the government. Also, the commercial revenue. The commercial revenue is up 33% from the previous year. So, also incredible growth on both main segments of business there. And they have a monster balance sheet, literally no debt. Palantir has no debt whatsoever and $5.4 billion of cash, earning a lot of interest. So, I do like them. Yeah, Cat Reed said TTD, so the trade desk. There was some bad news today that came out about trade desks. So, like, a lot of advertisers, like cable TV advertisers, are switching from Trade Desk to Amazon. And there was a huge report that came out today. Oh yeah, look at that. The top result there. Trade Desk drops as advertisers shift to Amazon. Basically, Amazon is eating their lunch. And investors, but they're still a great company. I mean, if we look at their revenue, 600 million a quarter. Ooh, they just really expanded their margin. Wait, hold on, look at that. They grew their margin 28% from the previous year. Then they're super profitable. So right now, Trade Desk looks great, but I think there might be some slower growth in the future. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's good news for Amazon though. Amazon is now a huge advertising play. Like 20% of the business is advertising. Yeah, here's DocuSign. Rip my position. NOD continuing to kill it. Yeah, dude, InnoData. This is one of my favorite small cap stocks right now. I'm gonna kind of talk about this is INOD, Yeah, I'm up 36% on them. And this is another one that I think is like a hidden gem. I think they'll do good. I think there's still a lot of upside potential. They're still only a $1.4 billion company. So super small, or pretty small market cap, 1.4 billion. And here's what's so great about InnoData. Here's what it made me buy them. If we look at their DDS, Digital Data Solutions revenue, it is up 157% from the previous year. I mean, just incredible growth. And if we go to the net income right here, the bottom line, they're profitable now. They're making net income every quarter. Really great balance sheet, deleveraging from the previous year. So InnoData, I think is going to be a winner. Yo, no way, dude. Marvin TT, thanks so much for the rose there, for the heart. I really appreciate that, my friend. If you got a stock you want me to look at, let me know. I'll check it out. Oh, thanks. It's Will. So let's see. HUMA, please. Oh, and Rolls Royce. Yeah, we can look at Rolls Royce stocks. So this is Humacyte. I don't think I've heard of this company. Unfortunately, yeah, look at that. Stocks at pretty much all-time low. They IPO'd not too long ago. Let's see what they do. So they don't really have much revenue right now. So yeah, if we go to revenue right here, yeah, this is their first time they've ever reported revenue. So the quarter before there was no revenue. So they just reported 500,000 of revenue. That's good news. And 39 million of net income. That doesn't add up. So that maybe they sold some assets. Maybe we can. Well, this thing really doesn't want. I'm not at my house right now, and the Wi-Fi here is just not good, apparently. Oh yeah, so look, says they made 39 million of net income. Well, that was fake because they actually lost 23 million of operating profit. So anyway, I can see why that stock hasn't done too good. They just have no revenue. RYCEY. So yeah, a lot of people know Rolls-Royce for their cars. Like when you think of Rolls-Royce, you're probably thinking like the luxury car, but Rolls-Royce is actually a huge aerospace and defense company. Wow, look at that huge recovery. I didn't realize they did so bad. They fell all the way down to 90 cents a share, and then they 10x'd. Wow. Anyway, Rolls-Royce, they're an aerospace and defense company. Yeah, look at that. 47% of revenue from aerospace. Then they're in defense, power systems. So nice diversified company. And they're making so much money now. Look at that. For the full year 2024, they made 3.3 billion. So I see why that one's doing so good. Yo, A round cube. So this is a weird ticker symbol. I'll check it out though. I don't usually look at these weird ticker symbols. Okay, unfortunately we can't find that one. PWRMF, I can't find that one. I do apologize, Round Cube, if you got another stock. I just start here, but I'm tired, so don't do anything with my money. Hey, yeah, get it working. I get what you mean, Marvin. I really love dividend paying stocks. All these stocks right here, I own it in my taxable account. They all pay a dividend. And like McDonald's, check this out. Just because I own 13 shares of McDonald's, they're about to pay me $23, and that $23 dividend is tax free, even in my taxable account. So that's what's so cool about qualified dividends. Hey, McDonald's I think is a great one to just buy and hold for the long run. One of the best charts. Anyway, I bought InnoData when it was at 5, and I sold it. Dang, that sucks, Roig. But you must have made some nice profit on that. So let's see here. Lanny says BWMX. What's this one? BWMX. So Betterware D Mexico. So dang, the stock's at an all-time low. Not great. Maybe it's on the tariffs. I don't know. Maybe it's, oh, so yeah, we'll switch the revenue to US dollars just for simplicity here. So the revenue fell 2% and the net income fell 50%. Ooh, it really did. So that means their margins just collapsed. So I think that might be why the stock's fallen so much, because their margins have collapsed and they lost their growth. Ooh, and they have a huge 16% dividend yield, so that's not good. Uh, Yikes. Pawsey said ANET. Yeah, we already looked at Arista Networks, but I'll be quick about this one. We'll look at them again. I love that they have the great product and service growth. So the product revenue all time high. Product revenues up 28%. Service revenues also up 28%. And if we look at the net income right here, it's up 28% as well. Hey, look at that. So yeah, anyway, great growth there. They're literally making 800 million now of net income a quarter. Dude, monster balance sheet. Wow. And free cash flow is just as impressive. Yeah, that's what FCF stands for. They're making a lot of free cash flow. So anyway, I like Arista Networks. Nvidia, yeah, let's look at Nvidia. So we haven't looked at Nvidia today. We can look at SEZL and Amazon. Yeah. So Nvidia, let's go look at their earnings right here. So they did have some good earnings when you exclude the one-time adjustment. We can look at their PC GPU market share. They have an 18% GPU market share. Their automotive revenue kind of was down from the last quarter, but still up from the previous year by a nice chunk. Here's why Nvidia deserves all the hype. I mean, look at their compute and networking revenue. It's literally up to 39 billion in the most recent quarter when it used to be, 3 billion. So they've literally 10x the business, and so the stock 10x, and they make so much net income, 20 billion plus in net income a quarter now. Looking forward, monster balance sheet, cash from operations. Wow, it jumped 80% year over year. That's crazy. So I do like Nvidia. They've been doing a lot better than my AMD position. Uh, oh, well, there goes the TikTok stream. You know what? It lasted a good long run. Live access suspended. Great. Anyway, let's keep going here. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, RIP DocuSign. That is not good. Is anything else down on the day? Oh, yeah, I wanted to show AMD. So, yeah, my AMD position is down bad. Here are some of my bigger losers. Um, and I like Zoom. They're so cheap. It's just hard to sell them because they have so much. Like Zoom is like 30% cash on hand right now. All right. Oh, that's not the password. All right, yo, I gotta log into my second TikTok account. Give me 1 second here. If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, just skip like just 30 seconds and then it'll be back to the program. Thanks for staying with me here. I have to hide the screen for 1 second. I have to go on the Gmail app, and yep, it's just me. That's my device. Okay. All right, yo, if you guys got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know in the YouTube chat. I'll read all the YouTube. I'll read all the YouTube comments. So anyway, let's keep going here. All right, we're logged in. Yes. Go live. Yes. All right, let's keep going. We're officially back. Okay. All right. I can't believe time the bottom of MU, but I still have one share in April. Oh yeah, we'll check out MU. And then, ooh, Nathan said, I think you might like VRT, a market gainer with free cash flow. Yo, next to my house, like 20 minutes away, I drive past a huge Vertiv facility. Like it's a huge facility that says Vertiv. And I think they do like server racks. I don't know what exact industry they're in. I forget. So they're doing products. Let's see how their products revenue is doing. So the product revenue is up 30% year over year. So that's some nice growth on VRT. Products revenue is up 30. Service and spare. The service revenue is up 5 as well. Or is up 5. So they're making net income every quarter. Look at that, 1 to 200 million of net income a quarter. That's good. Small but growing dividend. Hey, a 0.1% dividend yield, but the payout ratio is only an 8%. So they have a lot of room to raise their dividend. I need to do some more research on that one. Let's go back to MU right here. So Micron Technologies, I can't believe I timed the bottom on MU. Oh, so you must have got it in around like $68. Nice. So let's go check them out right here. So this is like an NVIDIA competitor. We can see the computer networking revenue. It just like NVIDIA is up crazy. It's up 108%. So that's really some incredible growth. Computer networking revenue is up 108%. Storage business is up 53%. So MU's just finally growing again. And also they're super profitable. The net income is up crazy. We zoom out. Last year they were losing a lot of money every quarter. But now Micron, people can take them really serious. They're making net income every quarter. And yeah, you get a 0.5% yield on Micron Technology as well, and the payout ratio is just going to go down and down and down. Oh, I didn't even see that. My fault. Let's look at that. VIRT. Let's check this one out. So this is Virtu Financials. So This might be a fintech, a bank. Let's check it out. Yo, Luffy, what's up, dude? Um, so here's Virtu Financial. Let's go check them out right here. Um, Okay. Let's see. So market making execution services. How's their market making revenue? Hey, it's up 33%. So that's actually some solid growth. 33% up. Execution services, that's up 19% year over year. So nice little growth there. And they're super profitable. Look at that. Wow. 200 million of net income pretty much just in the most recent quarter. And that was real. Yeah, they're just growing very nicely, up 30% year over year. I actually really like VIRT. Yeah, revenue's up, net income's up even more. So they're growing their margins. Yeah, look at that. Net margin's up 30%, now 23% margin. I actually really like that name. And you get a dividend. I'll add them to the watch list. So yeah, Luffy said thoughts on TTD, the trade desk. So the trade desk is falling on some report. Like if you kind of look at that article here from there's a report that a lot of trade desk customers are switching to Amazon, and like two of them just did that. Like there was an $80 million deal that they left trade desk and went to Amazon. There was another $5 million deal, and that's why I think the stock is down 6% on the day. There was like a bunch of report on it, but I still really like the trade desk. They're an advertising stock. Revenue's up 25, net income's up 60. Look at that. So that they're really growing their margins. They're super profitable, making net income every quarter. Net margin grew 27%. So I do like the trade desk as an advertising stock, but there might be some slower future growth now. Favorite ETFs. Yo, I love QQQM. Favorite ETF right here. Lowest expense ratio, NASDAQ 100 ETF, QQQM. Its top holdings is, big tech, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. I can't believe Nvidia has the number one market cap, bigger than Apple and Microsoft now. Um, TSDD was printing today. Is that like an inverse Tesla ETF? So wow, yeah, they were up 28% on the day. Dang, but if we, they're yeah, unless you bought them before today, yeah. So if we go to Tesla stock, I mean Tesla got hit hard. Yeah, look at that. They're down 14% and they're down another 2%. So they're down like 16% on the day. Not great. Was anything really up on the day? Anything popular? Not really. Oscar Dollar Tree was up 9%, Five Below. Yeah, nothing really too exciting. Let's see. Yeah, we were down zero point 0.8. Oh, let me go check on DocuSign. Yo, our DocuSign stock just reported earnings and yep, dang. They're down 15%. They're getting whacked right now. DocuSign went from 93 to 78. So RIP, hey, drop a like on the stream for me. I'd appreciate that. Do you stream every day? Yes, Steven, I try to stream every day on here. So if you want to follow, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. Um, let's see. If you got a stock you want me to look at, let me know. I got you, Steven. Ooh, thoughts on Vici Properties or OBDC? So yeah, Vici Properties. This is a real estate investment trust right here, a REIT. They own triple net leases all on the Las Vegas Strip. So like, have you heard of the Las Vegas Sphere, the Luxor, Caesar's Palace, all on the Vegas Strip? They own the land under all of that and collect, you know, income with triple net leases, and they have a huge yield, 5.5% yield, and it's completely sustainable because they're a REIT. So yeah, that's a cool real estate company if you're looking for some real estate and high yield. Yo, what up, Dana Collins? He says OMI stock. So let's see, Owen stock. So they're only a $500 million company, so very small market cap. They're up 15% on the day, so nice if you own them. Products and healthcare services. It fell 0.84%. Patient direct is up 5. So, that's not great. So the net income right here, last quarter they lost 30 million. So they're just a money losing company right now. They're losing net income every quarter, which I don't know why. But that's probably why the stock has been getting hurt so much. Last quarter they lost 200 million, and the whole company is worth 580 million. So that's probably why the stock is close to all-time lows from those huge losses. They just really can't afford those. What is this? IREC said CRCL. Oh, is that the circle? Did they finally IPO? Wow. No way. The IPO, they're up 168%. So I remember Robinhood was like, hey, you could buy it at $30. Do you want to do it? I'm like, no. And now they're at 70. Well, I mean, that normally happens on IPO days. It's always so hype. Actually, one IPO I did buy was the Rivian IPO. And this is a company I'm so glad I sold. So like when you see a company IPO, or an initial public offering, when they first issue shares, like look at that, the stock usually rallies. Hey, look, I bought. You can, if you see the buy sign on the very left there, I bought Rivian. Can't believe that I sold my two shares of Rivian at 127. Wow, the largest. They have a 25% market share for chicken eggs. So, largest chicken egg producer in the U.S. They have a nice 7% dividend yield. They just sell a commodity. They just sell eggs. So that's why they trade at a low PE. But look at that. The stock price is $95. In the top left, it's $95 per one share. And literally just in the most recent quarter, per one share that you own, you just got back $3.50. I mean, that's a great dividend on this company. So their dividend changes every quarter based off how much they make, but they're printing money right now. So do you invest outside the US? Not really, Nathan. I only own one stock that's outside the US. So I try and, just for tax simplicity, I try to only buy US stocks. So, yeah, I missed out too. You can buy it for 31 but can't flip it. Oh, Abel, really? If you buy like the IPO, they won't let you sell it. Oh, I think that you're right. Can't sell it for 30 days or the lockups or something like that. Did you get in Circle? I did not buy Circle, but I remember Robinhood. Let me see. CRCL. I know they went crazy. Circle Internet Group. I don't even know what they do. But yeah, they had a nice day. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna read into what they do. Look at that. We were down. Well, down. We're down 1% on the day now. Yeah, our portfolio. Yeah, Tesla keeps going lower as well. Yeah, Tesla. Look at that, down 16.52% from Elon's politics. The Qs are down. Yeah, man. And DocuSign's down. Not great. Hey, I did buy another share of something today, though. I bought one more share of Coca-Cola Consolidated. They're the Coca-Cola bottling company. I bought one share today at $106. That's my only purchase for today. I am chilling on some cash. Like if you look in the middle of my screen, I got $900 of cash. I'm ready to buy the dip. What do you think about Hood? Yo, Robinhood is my best performing stock. I am up 420% on Robinhood, and I sold most of my shares a while back, and I do regret it. But here's what's so great about Robinhood. I mean, they're just an insane growth company. I mean, the revenue's up 50% year over year. Incredible revenue growth. And same with net income. I mean, look at this net income they're making now. Robinhood's finally making net income every quarter. But if you zoom out to last year, they were losing, hundreds of millions of dollars every quarter. It was hard to buy Robinhood, but they finally turned things around here. So I do like them. Do you still hold Tesla? No, I don't own any Tesla. The thing with Tesla is, I just never, they're just so expensive right now, and I just can't pay that valuation, especially for the no growth. I mean, look at this. So Tesla trades at 162 times their yearly net income, and it's okay for a company to have a high valuation if they're growing, but I mean, Tesla lost their growth. If we look at their automotive segment revenue, it's down 15% from the previous year. So we can kind of see their total vehicles delivered down 13% year over year, and their margins have collapsed. Look at that. In the most recent quarter, net income fell 70%, and that was real too. So that means if you go to their net margin right here, their net margin fell 67% to just a 2%. So, yeah, that is not good for Tesla. So that's why I just stay away from them. Crypto business payment systems. Oh, is that what Circle is? Oh, I didn't know that. Tesla going to 250. Do you think Tesla's going to go down more tomorrow? I'm not, even if Tesla went down, I wouldn't probably buy them. You know, yeah, the the Tesla is interesting. There's probably going to be some class action lawsuits. Tesla is not doing what's right for the shareholder right now. Yo, Jesse, what's up, dude? Crazy day today. Yeah, we were initially up great in the pre-market. We were up 0.5%, and then the market opens, and boom, we just fall, and we're at a new intraday low right now. So let's keep going here. James said KSS. So this is Kohl's right here. So he got $10 calls. Yo, I hope they work out for you. Yeah, this isn't a company you really just want to hold shares of for the long run. I mean, look at this. This is that mall stock. Kohl's is literally lower than it was in the year 1997. So if you bought this in 1997, you're down on your position. Um, anyway, a lot of people maybe like this one because of the yield. Like, look, you get an 18% dividend yield, but it's not sustainable because they have a 200% payout ratio. So yeah, anyway, I would just stay away from Kohl's, but he's doing a call option on it. That could be a fun little thing there. This is out of control. There goes my retirement. Yo, what happened, Jay? It was all your money in Tesla. I do feel bad. Dang, damn, that sucks, Jay. How about Riggedy? Yo, what's the ticker symbol for Riggedy? Yeah, Donald Trump's not too happy with Elon. Yeah, Trump in the files. Yeah, Elon Musk tweeted that Trump Trump's name was in the Jeffrey Ep files, and and he said, "Thank you very or have a great day, Trump." Like Elon was super not nice to Trump, and Trump's probably he's not the type to just not do anything about it. He's probably gonna retaliate. So anyway, he probably just didn't do what's best for the shareholder there, tweeting all that. TOST looks like a good put option right now. Hey, let's check it out. So Toast is one I just hold shares of. Someone said it looks like a good put. Hey, maybe it could be. I like just holding shares of this company. They're a restaurant payment processor, and the growth is the best part here. Look at the revenue. I mean, it literally just hits a new record every quarter. It's up 25% from the previous year. They're finally profitable now, too. They're making net income every quarter. They used to lose net income. So I like Toast as growth company to hold shares of. I own a lot of, again, you don't want to have it as a huge position. Like I got a lot of risky stocks here that it's fun to just have a couple $100s in them, but you don't want to have them as a huge chunk of your portfolio where things could go south really quick. Yeah, we hear some of our losers like UiPath, Zoom, AMD. Anyway, let's keep going here. How about Royal Caribbean? Yo, Royal Caribbean, RCL, I think they're the best run cruise line. And I wouldn't own any other cruise line except Royal Caribbean. Because look at this right here. If we go to the net income down here, I mean, this is like so good. I don't know how they do it. They're like making almost $1 billion of net income, after tax net income a quarter. I don't know how the boring cruise line Royal Caribbean is pulling this off because Disney cruise lines aren't doing that. Uh, what's it? Carnival cruise lines aren't doing that, but Royal Caribbean is. So anyway, great appreciation, and they have a nice dividend growth. Let's see. What about NVTS? What's this one? Oh, Navita Semiconductor. So yeah, this company just got into a huge partnership with Nvidia. So if you're wondering, like, hey, what happened here on this day? Nvidia partnered with them, and it saved the company from bankruptcy because without that partnership, this company was honestly going bankrupt. Like if you look at the fundamentals right here, the revenue is down 39%, and they're losing a boatload of money. 10, 20 million a quarter. So that Nvidia partnership really helped them out. Let's see. What about WFC? What's this one? Wells Fargo. Hey, this is a bank right here. Yeah. So banks, they're all right. They perform pretty steadily. They should return like 6-7% a year, and you get a nice yield with Wells Fargo. You get a 2% dividend. The market is not open right now, but you could buy in the after hours. But yeah, the market closed at 4 o'clock, so 36 minutes ago. But here's the thing with Wells Fargo. I mean, they're printing money. Look at that. Wells Fargo is making they're making 5 billion of net income a quarter, and you get that 2% dividend. So Wells Fargo's nice. Pony or WRD? Yo, I'd probably go with Pony. If we go to WeRide, actually, let me go to Nvidia's portfolio again. Nvidia owns some of WeRide, by the way. So if we go back to Nvidia's portfolio right here, obviously Nvidia's largest holding is CoreWeave and ARM, APLD. Then their smallest holding is WeRide. Look at this pump and dump right here. Nvidia takes a stake in a WeRide. Stock goes to $40. Now it's at $8. So this is a Chinese company as well. So I'd probably go with Pony AI. But Nvidia does own them. Yeah, is DocuSign still tanking? Yeah, yo, drop a like for me. Yo, DocuSign's down 16%. Let's go look at some of these comments here. Uh, Q1, I'll have to go look at their earnings. I mean, lowers full year billing guidance. Uh-oh. American Airlines, yeah, the airlines as well. With the airlines, you're just not going to outperform the S&P 500 in the long run. We go into a recession, the airlines just don't do good, and we can kind of see that. American Airlines stock is pretty close to an all-time low. The numbers just aren't too great here. I mean, the net income's so choppy, like they make net income, then they lose it. So American Airlines is one I'm just staying away from. They had to cut their dividend as well. The best run airline, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Delta Airlines. If you could buy one stock to hold long term today, what would it be? It'd probably be, Like I'd say Google, but then again, a safer bet than even Google in the long run would be just McDonald's. And I know it sounds crazy, but this is a royalty real estate company. They're so unique. They do great in a recession. Probably just pick McDonald's for its pure safety. And hey, I got a nice dividend coming in from them as well. $23 dividend. All right. Tesla is officially over. Sell when you can. Yeah, if we go to Tesla, are they still going lower? Yeah, they're down 16% on the day. So, yeah, RFP Tesla. Let's see. Jaden says AA. Is that the stock you're talking about? AA? Alcola. When it goes below 12, it tends to go on a bull run. So I've not heard of this company before, Aloka. So the stock has not done too good, unfortunately. But let's go look at the financials here because that's what I like to look at. So so they sell commodity. Looks like they sell aluminum. So these commodity stocks usually trade at low multiples, but wow, look at the net income in the most recent quarter. It just exploded. 550 million in the most recent quarter of net income. So, hey, maybe if the price of aluminum is going up a bunch, they can take advantage. But yeah, these commodity stocks don't usually outperform in the long run, but that is interesting to see an aluminum play. American Airlines. Oh, okay. What's up, Jaden? All good. DLO, what's this one? D local stock. Oh, we could look at NextEra Energy too. So D local, this stock is close to an all-time low. So let's see if we can figure out why that is. Transaction revenues. Hey, the fundamentals are great. Transaction revenues at a record. So I do wonder why the revenues at a record, but stocks at a record low. That is usually weird. Because look, they're making net income every quarter, 50 million in the most recent quarter, and it jumped 168%. So that means they're growing their margins. Yeah, revenue grew 17, net income grew 100. So yeah, their net margin grew to a 21%. It's really impressive. No dividend, but I wonder why the stock's at an all-time low. Maybe it's some like tariff futures, something I don't know. I do wonder. So someone said NextEra Energy, NEE. So this is the largest utility stock in the world, or if it would load here, or in the US, maybe we can pull it up on Webull. Okay, so here's NextEra Energy, and they're a regulated utility. They should just return like 8% a year. Look at the yield. You get a 3% dividend with this company and only a 61% payout ratio. So they actually have a lot of room to raise their dividend. I like the utility sector. They own Florida Power and Gas. So if you live in Florida, you most likely have your utility bill through Florida Power and Gas. Anyway, if we look at the utilities ETF, so we just looked at NextEra Energy. We go to the dude, this Wi-Fi. I'm not at my house right now, and this Wi-Fi is really upsetting me. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Anyway, here's VPU, the Vanguard Utilities ETF. The largest holding is the stock we just looked at, NextEra Energy. That's 10% of the ETF. But yeah, with the utilities, you should just get like 8% a year and a nice yield. What stock was that? Yo, I forgot which one we were looking at. The aluminum stock was AA. We were looking at DLO, D local. I forget which one you were talking about. So let's see. Yeah, no problem, Kelp. Yo, Yay, try not to spam. Yay, for Coca-Cola Consolidated, I actually just bought a share of them today. It's my most recent purchase, actually. I bought one share of Coca-Cola Consolidated today at $105. I think the risk to reward actually looks pretty fair on this company. If we look at it, if you kind of look in the top middle, the PE is a 16. So they're trading at 16 times net income. That's fair. And look at this right here. Here's what people, I really want to, hopefully you can understand this. So look, you get a 0.6% dividend yield or a 0.57% dividend, but look at the payout ratio. The payout ratio is only a 5.7%. So remember that you get a 0.5% yield and the payout ratio is only a 5%. But if we go to Apple, here's Apple, the world's largest stock. They have a lower dividend, only a 0.5% yield, a lower dividend, and 3x the payout ratio. They have a 16% payout ratio with a lower yield. So that's what's really cool about Coca-Cola Consolidated. They just had a low valuation, and they have a nice dividend growth. So I did buy another share of them. Why not? Let's see. IMNN. What's this one right here? So Immunon. Unfortunately, this stock is down 17% on the day. I wonder what happened. There was some good news right here. The stock gapped up. I wonder what that news is because there was no earnings. Let's see. Oh, so they're actually a revenue-less company. So if we go to revenue right here, this is from 2022. Yeah, there's no revenue. So this company doesn't sell a product or a service. They literally have $0 of sales. And if we go to the net income, they're losing 4 million a quarter. Bad, dang leverage balance sheet. Only a $28 million company, and they are losing 4 million a quarter with no revenue. So maybe this was like news that they got FDA approved. They can finally sell a product, but I'd be so careful with that one. Which do you think we should buy to make up for the disaster? Yo, I wish I knew. Um, not financial advice, of course. I do like Coca-Cola Consolidated, but this isn't a huge performer. Like you're not going to double your money on this, like you could on another growthier name. Uh, yeah, like a Tesla, maybe. I don't know, man. I like InnoData. There's so many growth companies I like. Here, I'll show you. This is my growth portfolio. If I go over back to my Webull account, this right here is my growth portfolio. I only buy growth stocks in here that I think will do good, like Robinhood. They follow Bitcoin, SoFi, Supermicro, Reddit is a nice one, Toast. We have some losers as well, like AMD, to Krispy Kreme. We're down 43% on them. Good thing I barely put any money in them. Anyway, um, yeah. Hey, if you go to my YouTube channel, by the way, I really appreciate that. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have a video called "Every Stock I Own," all 50, or I don't own 50 stocks, but it's like all 40 stocks that I own. You'll see every stock that I own, and I go into details why I bought each one of these. So if you're curious about like all these holdings, go check out my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Roberts, also in the link tree in my bio. Yo, Miguel, what's up, man? He says APLD and CoreWeave. So yeah, if we go to Nvidia's portfolio, here's the thing: Nvidia owns, or part of, they own 8% of CoreWeave. They own a good chunk of APLD as well. And shocker, two stocks that Nvidia owns, CoreWeave and APLD, go into a partnership. So yeah, if we look at APLD right here, they just partnered with CoreWeave, and the stock literally rallied up like crazy. And so they already have some impressive growth. If we go to their cloud service revenue on APLD, seen some nice growth already. It's up 220%. Now with this new partnership, it's expected to just keep on growing like inorganically, or I guess organically. Yeah. So anyway, APLD is going to have a lot of growth. I like them. And hey, they're both owned by Nvidia. I wouldn't buy them just because they're owned by Nvidia. But anyway, I do like Nvidia. Let's see here. Should we buy Tesla low? Yeah, I'd be careful buying Tesla here. I mean, the risk to reward might look decent here, but Elon's politics are really hurting the company right now. I'm in CoreWeave at $98. Hey, Casey, let's see. CRWV. Let's check out CoreWeave. What are they at? So they're at 135. Hey, you're up a good chunk on your money. Dang, they're down 17% on the day, though. I wonder why such the aggressive sell off. Maybe it's just momentum because they've had such an aggressive rally recently. APLD did my portfolio good this week. Hey, I'm glad to hear, B Fern. Um, let's see, Novo Nordisk. Yeah, so Novo right here, NOVO. This is the company, or no, it's NVO. This is the company that owns Ozempic. So if you've heard of that like weight loss prescription, Ozempic, this is who owns it. And unfortunately, I think the reason the stock has fallen so much, that patent they own, Ozempic, expires in 2027. But like look at that. 95% of this company's revenue comes from their obesity care products. So a pure weight loss company, they're printing money right now. I mean, they're making like 4 or 5 billion in net income a quarter. You get a nice yield, 2.2% yield. I think the risk to reward is actually pretty decent on this one, under 70. So yeah, congrats if you own them. They have had a nice little recovery. That's the weight loss company. Thought check is yo Zerup. What's up, dude? Good to see you again. He said MU stocks. Yeah, Micron. This is Nvidia's competitor. They have some phenomenal growth to them. If we look at their computer networking revenue, I mean, this is what's really great. The revenue's up 108% from the previous year, so very nice growth on MU. And if we go to the net income right here, they're making net income every quarter, over 1 billion a quarter now. When last year, they were losing net income every quarter. So they've really turned around the business. And you get a nice yield there, 0.4% yield. Payout ratio is actually lower. It's growing. You trade commodities too? I do not trade commodities. Yo, what's up, ACAD? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. Oh, Ethan said Target. Yeah, so Target, consumer discretionary grocery store, they have been getting hit recently because of their apparel and home furnishing sales have not been doing too good. But here's what I do like about Target and why I think they're pretty decent. You get a 5% dividend. Look at that, 4.77% dividend yield, and the payout ratio is only a 50%. So they actually have room to raise their dividend. But anyway, I think the dividend is really safe there if you're looking for a higher yielding play. Ooh, I haven't looked at this stock probably in a month or more. So here's Intel right here. Intel, I feel bad if you own this one because they're just not great. They have a huge market share. Like most people look at this, they're like, oh dang, 65% PC GPU market share. Very impressive on Intel. But it's when you go to the net income, things start to get a little scary. Look at this net income right here. They lose net income every quarter. I mean, well, sometimes they make money, but then I don't know how. They lost $17 billion in that one quarter. The free cash flow is even worse. So you look at free cash flow right here. They're losing 3-4 billion of free cash flow a quarter. So anyway, Intel just can't get profitable. I mean, they're just losing so much money. So I want to see them just consistently make some net income. They've already been through so much pain. The risk to reward might be decent here, but I'm just staying away from them. I like AMD is probably a better risk to reward play, and I'm also still down on them by a huge chunk. AMD, I'm down 8% on them, but yeah, we have 13 shares of this company. Oh, yo, Avon said, Supermicro, hey, I do own some Supermicro computer. Check this out. Not much of them, 10 shares, just because they're kind of risky. You know, I don't want to have a huge chunk of my portfolio on them, but they just had that DataVolt deal. $20 billion contract deal with DataVolt. The whole company is worth $24 billion. That's supposed to bring a lot of future growth, which is great news. I mean, if you go to the net income, the margins haven't been hit recently, but it's supposed to recover. Anyway, I do own Supermicro. I wouldn't have them as a huge, position, but yeah, they do the server racks for you. You know, you buy your Nvidia chip, and then Supermicro builds and installs it for you, does the cooling and everything. Nvidia's the future. Their AI chips will save us. Yeah, dude, Nvidia, they're great. I mean, they just print money. Actually, if we go to the top stocks by market cap right here, I believe Nvidia is now bigger than every other company, bigger than Microsoft. And dude, you're kidding me. Okay, there we go. Okay, so no, just under it. So yeah, Microsoft is 3.48, Nvidia is 3.42 trillion. So Nvidia is bigger than Apple. And then there's Amazon, Google, Meta, Broadcom. Then there's Tesla. Yeah, they lost their $1 trillion status today. Before today they were worth well over a trillion. Elon Musk's politics aren't doing great for Tesla. I'm more growth selling options, but you might like JEPQ as a dividend ETF. So yeah, JEPQ, they're probably one of my more favorite covered call ETFs. So JEPQ, yeah, they just sell calls, I think, on the NASDAQ. So yeah, if we go to this stock right here, it looks similar to the NASDAQ. And look at this right here. You see that little dividend? They pay you a monthly dividend from the premiums that they earn from selling calls. Now, you won't outperform the market in the long run just because of the nature of them selling calls. So you're not going to beat the S&P 500 with this company. But what you do get is an 11% dividend yield, and it pays monthly. So yeah, and the Nasdaq is something you want to sell calls on because you get high premiums. So, and if you're bearish on the market, that could be a good way to still have exposure to the Nasdaq, but with selling calls on it. Anyway, did you cap on the DG yesterday? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about Dollar General stock, Nicholas? See, I look at Dollar General right here. They've done great. They just had some great earnings. So look at that stock gapped up. Let's go check out the earnings. The dollar stores. Oh yeah, they beat by a huge margin. Look at that. So analysts were expecting $1.50 of EPS. They made $1.80. Revenue beat by a huge chunk. So yeah, actually that was great earnings compared to what the expectations were. What's the yield here? Yeah, you get a 2% yield with this company. Safe payout ratio. I know they're doing a little bit of buybacks. So yeah. It's that time of the month again with Elon and his big mouth. What are you using for analysis? Yeah, hey Ian, if you want to get this app, it's actually a brokerage. If you go to the link tree in my bio, it's the third link there if you want to get it. I'm not allowed to say because every time I do, my thing gets taken down. JPQ is also good. ISPY. Yeah, the income SPY is good as well. Remember when I called out ALAB 8 months ago? Oh, Astera Labs. Yeah, they're on my watch list right here. Oh, wait, hold on. ALAB. So Astera Labs, they're down 5% on the day, but here's what I really like about Astera Labs. If we look at their product sales right here, this is really impressive. Actually, it looks better down here. The revenue is up 144%. I mean, that's incredible growth. Revenue's up 144% and the net income positive. They made 30 million, 25 million in the two most recent quarters, and they have a monster balance sheet. Look at that balance sheet. No debt, lots of assets, lots of cash. So I like Astera Labs. Yeah, no problem, Ian. Let's see. I've been combining SCHD and JEPQ for my dividend ETFs. Yeah, hey, Joseph, those are great dividend names. SCHD is another higher yielding ETF right here. It has a 4% dividend. So you get 1% of your money back every quarter in a qualified dividend, and it's top holding. So, a lot of the higher yielding names like a Verizon, a Coca-Cola, Altria, Lockheed Martin. So, a lot of the higher yielding names. So SCHD is cool. And a lot of those are like Warren Buffett type stocks. Actually, let's go to Warren Buffett's portfolio. Where is his portfolio? Well, okay. Oh yeah, here it is. Warren Buffett's portfolio. His top holding is Apple, but then he has the higher yielding names like the Coca-Cola. It's 10% of his portfolio. Bank of America, Chevron. The oil plays. Chevron, Kraft Heinz, Oxy, Petroleum. So yeah. Anyway, pharmacy sector has positive growth too. Yeah, without the regulations, RFK doesn't like a lot of the healthcare names. Ooh, Gorp said FI stock. So here's Fiserv. I don't think I've looked at them too much. So if we look at them, yeah, they just recently gapped down. Look at that. They gapped down from 200 to 180, 180 to 150. So I wonder what happened there. Maybe it was earnings. So, let's go check out what the analysts were expecting. So they missed on revenue. Meh, I don't see why the stock has fallen so much. They didn't miss expectations too hard. Maybe there's probably some news that I'm missing here. Maybe there was I don't know. The news could be anything. So I want to look into that one more. There we go. You got to invest in a phone charger? Yeah, hey, Celia. That's funny you said that. I just got my portable charger. Yeah, my phone's on 15. We're running low here. We got to hustle. Hey, I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, if y'all want to hit the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. We just look at stocks. GLXY. And I don't sell anything. The only thing I have is a YouTube channel. So if you want to help me out, please just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Robert. It's in the link tree in my bio as well. It's the first link. I'm also streaming on YouTube as well. So if you missed anything, you can replay it. Anyway, let's look at Galaxy Digital right here. So they're down 5% on the day. Oh yeah, and on my YouTube channel, I do stock portfolio updates. You can see every stock that I own. I just did a whole entire stock portfolio update of all my stocks from all my portfolios, like buy and hold for the long run stocks. Hopefully you'll find it interesting. Anyway, here's Galaxy. So $2.5 billion company. So it looks like they're a asset manager, probably like a brokerage. Let's see. So they're doing a crazy amount of revenue. No way. 16 billion of revenue, but only 34 million of net income. Really good balance sheet on this stock though. No dividend. I mean, it looks overall pretty solid. They did just IPO. There's not much history to this company. I mean, they just IPO'd not too long ago, but it looks like they're a trading. Ooh, so the trading revenue went down, investments went down. So there's not much numbers because they just IPO'd. So I need to see more history. But they they they're interesting. UNH bottom. Oh, yo, United Healthcare. Yeah, so United Healthcare, well, I hope they hit a bottom. Yeah, down 1.5% on the day. We're a customer, we use OptumRx, Basically, the reason the stock is getting hurt so much is because if they get actually accused of fraud, they're kicked out of Medicare for 5 years. And Medicare is half the revenue. So imagine that half the revenue is gone for 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what was kind of priced in. The stock went from 600 to 300 for a huge mega cap like this. For that to happen, there's got to be some crazy bad news, and that's what it was. And this is a super profitable company that is super profitable. I mean, they're making 8 billion, 8 billion of net income a quarter. Then you get the nice yield, a 2.9% dividend yield, but it's really the future that's uncertain. People are really uncertain about the future of United Healthcare. So yeah, if you guys got any stocks you're gonna look at, let me know. I'll check them out for you. Our DocuSign, if you go here and look at the bottom, our DocuSign reported earnings today. They're down 16% after hours. Uh-oh. Wait, what just happened? I don't know what I just clicked there. But I don't know how long it's been like that. Hopefully not too long. Uh Oh well. Anyway, DocuSign's down 16% on some bad earnings. So that was kind of the bad news there. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going here. AXON. What's this one? Is that Axon Enterprise? So, oh yeah, Axon Enterprise. I really like this company right here. So check it out. Wow, all-time high on the company today. So congrats if you own them. You know, you're definitely up on your money. Let's go see here. So connected devices. Or let's just go to the revenue down here. So revenue is up 31%. That's really solid growth. Revenue's up 31. The net income did fall. Maybe it was some kind of one-time adjustment, but great revenue growth. I mean, the stocks crushed it. Stocks at an all-time high. What about free cash flow? Yeah, free cash flow is up double from the previous year as well. So hey, you can see why that stock's doing so good. And no dividend on the company, but that's okay. HG said, thoughts on name of your YouTube channel? Yeah, my YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. It's also in the link tree in my bio. It's the very first link there. I appreciate you. I'm streaming on there as well. CTRL. So Edge Total Intelligence. Thoughts on the drop? Any chance it'll go back up? Yo, I hope for you it goes back up, but yeah, this whole company is worth $15 million. This is a very risky company. So the whole company is worth $15 million, and look at that. They only have revenue of 700,000 a quarter. So no revenue on this company, and they're losing money every quarter. Leveraged balance sheet. You know, I can see why this stock's at an all-time low. They have no revenue. They're losing net income. Very small market cap. So yeah, I'd be very careful with that one. I don't know if I'd add any more to that position. I feel bad. Yeah, that one looks very risky. Lululemon's down 21. No way. You're right. Lululemon, apparel stock, kind of like a Nike competitor. Let's go look at them on the 1 minute. Dang, look at that. So yeah, Lululemon reported earnings. It went from 330 down to 250. Um, cut guidance, soft comp sales. Mm. You know, it sucks for Lululemon. A lot of the apparel stocks have kind of been doing that. If we look at Nike, for example, I'm so glad I saw. Oh yeah, that's sending. Nike is down 2% after hours because of that news. But yeah, Nike hasn't been doing so well as well. So look at that. Nike is the same price that it was back in 2017. So I actually just sold out of that company. Look, I sold all my shares at 79. Thank goodness, because literally the next weeks it just dumped. But yeah, Nike they just lost their growth. Like if you look at the revenue's down 9 and the net income's down 33. I mean, Nike has just lost their margins. Yeah, no, margin fell 25%. So yeah, and they couldn't actually afford the dividend in the most recent quarter. That's kind of the scary thing as well. Nike couldn't afford the dividend in the most recent quarter. But if I wanted exposure to that sector, I like LVMUY. This is Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, the drink. They own Dior, I believe. So this is another kind of highly discretionary stock. You know, they own the Louis Vuitton bags. Or here, look at this. Here's what I like about this one. And you know, it's not just Nike. You know, if you buy Nike, you're just buying the Nike brand. Lululemon's just the Lululemon brand. With this company, you're in a lot of different industries. You know, fashion and leather goods. These are high margin industries as well. Look at that. You're in watches and jewelry, perfumes, cosmetics, wine, spirit. So anyway, and you get a nice yield, 2.5% yield. So I like Louis Vuitton as another, but this sector has just been getting really hurt recently. So you always still got to be careful. But yeah, hey, anyway, I do appreciate y'all. If y'all want to help me out, please just subscribe. That's the only thing I have. The only thing I have is a YouTube channel. It's in the link tree in my bio. First link there. YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. And if you wanted to get this app right here, like I love doing this app for analysis, you know, it shows you all the metrics you want to see. You know, you can track Warren Buffett's portfolio and all these super investors as well. Like you can see what are the Warren Buffett's holdings, Nancy Pelosi's, aerospace stocks, DeepSeek AI beneficiaries, kind of like all this stuff right here. This is a brokerage called Mumu. It's in the link tree in my bio. It's the third link there if you want to get it. So anyway, hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here, and thanks for y'all on the YouTube stream. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.